Most front-end devs are still writing CSS like it's 2018. Hacks for centering, JavaScript for what should be one line of CSS, specificity wars that nobody wins. In the next 6 minutes, I'm giving you the 10 modern CSS features that quietly replaced everything we used to fight with. Save this video. You'll come back to it. These aren't tricks. These are real, shipped, browser-supported CSS features from the last 2 years that delete entire categories of code. JavaScript libraries, preprocessors, and ugly hacks all becoming obsolete. 10 features. Each one solves a problem you've been working around your whole career. Let's go. Number 1. The has selector. For 20 years, CSS could only style children based on parents. Has flips that. You can now style a card when it contains an image, a form when it has an invalid input, a body when a modal is open. No JavaScript, no class toggling, just CSS reacting to its own structure. This single feature kills a huge slice of the JavaScript you write to manage UI state. Number 2, container queries. Media queries respond to the viewport. Container queries respond to the parent. That means a single component can render differently in a sidebar, a modal, or a full-width hero with no prop drilling, no resize observer, no JavaScript at all. This is what truly responsive components look like. Once you ship this, you never go back to media query-only layouts. Number 3, Subgrid. Nested grids used to be a nightmare because the inner grid had no idea about the outer one's tracks. Things never aligned. Subgrid fixes that. The child inherits the parent's columns and rows perfectly. Card titles align across rows. Form labels line up with their inputs. Real grid layouts, finally possible without hacks. Number 4, the @layer rule. Specificity wars are why your code base has important sprinkled everywhere. Layers solve it for good. You declare an order, reset, base, components, utilities, and CSS respects it regardless of selector specificity. A simple class in your utilities layer beats a deeply nested selector in your base layer. Predictable cascade, finally. Number 5, color mix. Need a hover state that's 10% darker than your primary? A border that's 20% transparent black mixed with your accent? You used to need Sass or post-CSS or a JavaScript color library. Now it's one line of CSS. Color mix takes 2 colors and a percentage. That's it. Design tokens just got dramatically more powerful. Number 6, oklch colors. Hex and RGB are not perceptually uniform, meaning 50% lightness in one hue looks completely different from 50% in another. oklch fixes that. It's lightness, chroma, hue, calibrated to how human eyes actually see. Your design system colors will look consistent across hues for the first time, and it unlocks colors outside the sRGB gamut on modern displays. Number 7, text wrap balance. Headlines that wrap awkwardly with one word dangling on the last line? That's been a typography problem since the web began. Text wrap balance solves it in one declaration. The browser computes the best line break so every line is roughly equal length. It's the kind of detail that separates amateur typography from professional. Free polish. Number 8, the @scope rule. CSS modules, BM, CSS in JS. All of them exist because CSS had no native scoping. @scope changes that. You can scope styles to a specific section of the DOM with explicit upper and lower boundaries. No build step, no JavaScript runtime, just native scoped CSS. This is the long-term replacement for half the styling tooling we've been duct taping together. Number 9, the View Transitions API. Animating between states, page changes, list reorders, modal opens used to require framer motion, GSApe, or hand-rolled flip animations. Now you add view transition name to the elements you want to animate, and the browser interpolates the rest. Smooth morphs between any two states in CSS with no JavaScript animation library. This is huge. Number 10, anchor positioning. Tooltips, popovers, dropdowns. The entire reason libraries like Popper and Floating UI exist is that CSS could not position one element relative to another. Anchor positioning fixes that natively. You give an element an anchor name, and any other element can position itself against it, with collision detection and fallback positions built in. The whole positioning library category becomes a polyfill. 10 features. Each one replaces JavaScript, deletes a hack, or solves a problem the web has had for 15 years. The gap between a junior and a senior front-end dev in 2024 is no longer about frameworks. It's about how much modern CSS you actually use. Drop these into your next project and watch how much code disappears. If this leveled you up, follow for more dev tips that actually move the needle. Drop a comment with the word CSS if you want a part 2 with cascade layers, color functions, and the new selectors nobody talks about. See you in the next one.